Okay, I think I am live, and I think that everybody should be able to hear me. So, if there's actually anybody watching, if you could pop into the chat real quick and just tell me that the audio is actually working, because I didn't use my camera for this one, so I have no way of knowing if you guys can actually hear me or not. So, uh, I'd appreciate that if somebody could do that for me. I'm gonna do a little bit of live streaming, probably for an hour, hour and a half or so. We'll see. I got some more DWM stuff I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to actually end up on DWM or not. I'm waffling a little bit, but we'll see. So, but that doesn't mean we can't finish some more of this bar. We're going to do some of the bar, maybe do some more patching, some actual theming this time. Well, thank you, Joni, for answering me. I appreciate that. These people can hear me. That means we can just go ahead and carry on, and people will join as they can, hopefully. All right. Eagles still suck. The Super Bowl would, disagree with that statement. You must be a Cowboys fan. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do some stuff here. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is go see. We're gonna go into first. So first thing you guys are gonna have to do is pardon me a little bit. I'm going to be doing a couple things at a time. So I am in the process of converting the podcast into MP4. So that's going on in the background. Once that's done, I have to upload it. So I'll have to pause whatever I'm doing to go do that. So you guys can actually see a little bit of how the sausage is made there. I've done most of the. Nate did the editing, and then I put in the timestamps and stuff. So uh, a little bit of that, anyways. So what we're gonna while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to work on the bar, I think. You're a Raiders fan and you're telling me that the Eagles suck. Now, let me ask you this question. When was the last time the Raiders won the Super Bowl? Or, better yet, when was the last time they went to the playoffs? It's been at least 5 years since they went to the playoffs. When was the last time they won a playoff game? Had a winning record. Sorry, I'm a little salty. Oh, that's right. I do remember you, serial killer John. Still on NixOS? You haven't checked in for a little while. I haven't seen your check-ins. All right. Both seem to lose. Hey, you should just have been cheering for the Eagles. The Eagles are good. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and do this. So, let's go into here. And I also want to go into my scripts and see which ones that I need. So, I believe I'll need things like probably volume. So if I do /volume.sh, that should give me the volume. So we'll use that one, and we'll use that if we do /memory.sh, like so. That gives us the memory usage, so we can use that one. Darth, you're eating nuggies. Okay, I had taco salad for dinner. That's what I had. All right, so we got we'll do those two, then we'll do I don't think I'll need music. So what is muse as H? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't think I'll need him. So this here displays the title that's currently playing, but I don't use MPD anymore. If that was Empress, I could use that. I might create a script for that. What else do I need? Let's see here. Do. I don't think subs that actually works. Where does that write to? It writes into subs.txt. I don't think I actually have that. I do. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Okay. I didn't think so. YouTube moves that stuff around, and that works by basically scraping the source of the channel, and that stuff moves around too much for that script to be stable. So, no, nothing for that. I don't know if temp will work. That must write to a file. I don't even know if I have sensors installed. Let's see here. We'll go into up a level cat.temp. Do I actually have that? I do. Nothing in there. All right, so that doesn't work either. So that means sensors does actually work. So maybe I'll fix that script. I want to thank everybody here for joining me. I really appreciate that. I know I'm not a big streamer or anything, so I appreciate you guys joining me and watching me bumble along doing whatever it is that I've decided to do. So let's see here. I don't think I need time.sh because technically I'm just using the built-in one. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. So uptime doesn't actually work. So they removed the dash dash pretty option of uptime? No, it's not there anymore. Interesting. Okay, so that script doesn't work. So no uptime. I'll have to use, if I was going to use that, I'd have to do sed. I wonder what I use now. So there used to be a dash dash pretty flag. That's not there anymore. Probably because it does it on its own. So if I do this, yeah, that doesn't work. So the sed no longer works. Just don't crash, Drew. My stream's not worth crashing. Uh, yep, gonna do some more DWM. We'll see. I want to get it finished, then I'll determine whether or not I'm actually going to switch to it or not. Lately, last 2 days I've been using Plasma. Before that, I did a little bit of Hyperland, but Hyperland doesn't work with Resolve. So I've come up with a plan, and the next time you guys actually see me on camera, you'll see a little bit of the plan. I talked about this actually a little bit on the podcast. I moved my fourth monitor over a bit, unplugged it from my main computer, and plugged it into a different computer. And I'm going to use that for my editing rig. It has Bluefin on it right now, and I know Resolve works really well on that. So I'm going to be using Bluefin to edit my stuff, but I made a mistake. And I remember a while ago I thought about doing this, and one of the reasons that stopped me was I had no way of getting audio on that computer because I don't have any extra speakers. There's no real way to get headphones to the computer without getting a DAC, and that's what stopped me last time. I forgot about this time, so I went to go and edit the podcast on the new editing rig today and had no way of getting sound out of it. So I'm either going to find my Focusrite second generation Starlight Right Solo second generation, or I'm going to get a DAC. So that'll be an interesting thing. All right, let's see here. So uptime is a no-go, at least without doing some more sed stuff. We know volume works, so we'll be using that. I don't think weather.py actually works. No. What about weather plugin? Nope. Probably because I don't have the API key. So I'll have to, if I want to use the weather one, I'll have to get the API key. No. All right. So no, a lot of my scripts here I'm finding are actually kind of broken. Imagine that. I think that's all of them. So I'm going to be able to use volume and memory. That's a grand. That's a lot of them. All right, well, we'll try to fix some of the other ones. All right, so let's go ahead then and go down here. So the one we want to use is this one here. And I don't know if I remember the syntax or not. So it takes one of these, run command, shell command, echo foo. Wish I had a good example. I may have to go find an example to remember how that's done. Because it's been a fair minute since I've done this. So I'm very, very rusty. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a format there in order for that to work, but let's see. So if we do bash / user local bin memory was m dot no sh. Why all of a sudden is my prediction stuff actually working? I don't know. I'm glad you didn't miss it, JR. Welcome. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream. How do I get the OBS icon in the right corner? That is the sys tray patch for DWM. But it came with status 2D for me. So I use the status 2D sys tray patch. All right. Like I said, I don't think this is actually going to work. So we're going to go back over here. All right, so we need to go to my personal projects, I believe. And I have examples of where I used to be. So I believe this is the one that I need here. And if I go to SL status and themes, it doesn't really matter which one I choose. So if I do run command and then it has this and then the name. Okay, so we're just looking at the %2s now, and then it's just the name of the command. Okay, that's easy enough. I don't know how I may do the icons this way again. I've had problems doing the icons with scripts before in the past. I always did that so I could have separate colors. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, DWM is not for everybody. That's for sure. How's that going? We got 26 minutes left on that. Okay. So we don't really need, we should just be able to then just use, just use this. And it doesn't need command, it just needs memory.sh. That's not the right one. So just like that, and then this is just %2s, I believe, %2s, like that, only in quotation marks, and then a comma on the outside. Okay. Oh, and this is not we need a closing bracket here and a comma, and then we'll go here and change this. So we don't want the date really, we just want %I, %M, and then %P. Oops, that's not %P, like so. That's still not the right one. Learn how to do this thing. There we go, that's typed. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. All right, remove config.h, and we're going to do sudo, make and sudo make install. We have a error. Memory.sh. So where did I go wrong? Oh, I bet you it's quotation marks. Oops. Yeah, it's quotation marks, not parentheses, dumbass. All right. Oops. All right. Do that again. All right. There we go. We still don't need this though. All right. This has a space in between. I wonder if I'm going to need that space. I don't know if it will or not. All right. We'll go ahead and save that. Remove config.h again. And do make and sudo oops and sudo make install. There we go. Good. Now kill all SL status like so. And we'll go here. Okay. It's in entirely the wrong order, but I think that's going to be okay. The reason why I'm not on Hyperland right now is because it didn't work with Resolve. And I needed to edit a video, so I went to Plasma for a little while. I don't think it was a Wayland problem, though. I think it was just a weirdo problem with Resolve. Alright, so we got to do some changing here. So this needs to go below that. And I think we need to add a colon there. So I think so. All right, we will. I also think I need to add some space in between here. So we'll add a 2 here, add a space. All right, remove config.h and do make and sudo make install kill all SL status. So, all right. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. So we have memory and we have time. So that's very good. Patches that I'm using. So if I go into DWM patches and done. Oops. These are the patches I'm using. So at least so far, that's what I got. As for what I suggest, I would suggest using whatever works best for you. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but that's just the way that it is. I haven't found the perfect one for me yet, and I've been looking for almost 10 years now. So, anyway, so yeah, anyways, those are my patches. All right, so we have memory and we have time. So now we need to, we're going to add volume.sh. And we're going to add, of these, I believe we want uptime. So like this, uptime, comma, %2s. I think that's going to give us a space, comma. And then we're going to want null. Like so. And then a no comma. Just another bracket here, and then a comma. Like so. I believe that'll give us volume and uptime. Let's go find out. So move config ig.h and then make and sudo make install. Wonder why there's a warning given that I've not patched SL status at all. It's weird. But anyways, kill all SL status. All right, so we're gonna have to put some extra spaces in there. That's for damn sure. So we have volume and uptime. Okay. I don't care for awesome just because it's Lua. I don't really care for Lua all that much. I like it better than Haskell. All right, let's go ahead and so we have some issues with spaces here. As you can see, there's no space between the uptime and the volume or the volume in the memory. So in theory, this number here controls the space. In theory, Lua is not the best. Everyone knows the best is Rust. I said that while rolling my eyes. So we're going to add a 4 to this. I don't... 5 is fine, if that's what I wanted to type. I don't think that this is actually going to work, because I think there's something else going on here. So we will save this, remove config.h, make and sudo make install, and kill all SL status. Not going to work, because I didn't actually spell it right. And I should script this, but I don't know if I want to or not. Oh, there we go. Sweet. It did it for the uptime. It did not do it for the volume. So why didn't the volume one work? What did I do different? So vim config def.h. So what did I do different for the volume one? Percent number S. I bet you it's before. So I bet you that space here is before. So if we change this to 5, I wonder if that'll work. Okay. Make, remove, config.h, make, and sudo make install. Kill all SL status. That didn't fix it at all. Oh, DT's here. Hi, bud. Welcome. And watch me bumble around with DWM. All right, let's see here. I wonder if the space that I have is actually in the script. So if I go into volume, let's actually go into memory first, because memory. Did I put the space in here? Is that what I did? No, I sure didn't. So that means the space is being controlled by SL stats, which means that it should work here. We got this worked fine. This one here did not work. Yeah, I have a GitLab. It's gitlab.com/linuxcast. All my stuff is up there. I've thought about self-hosting that stuff. Like Drew and I talked about that this last podcast, or maybe it was before then. I don't remember. But it's just easier to do it on a service. The only thing I don't like about GitLab is I can't use it for big files. I wanted to host all my wallpapers there, but they have like a 10 gigabyte limit, and you can get another 10 gigabytes, but it's an extraordinary amount of money, like 80 or 90 bucks a year. It's ridiculous. I have Quiet Riot stuck in my head. All right. Percent number S. Percent number S. Percent number S. Why isn't that one working? Let's just make the number bigger. What could it possibly hurt? So that added it before. Okay, so the number is before. All right, so this is obvious. This can obviously go back to 5 and change this to 5. All right. This still gave no space between the memory and the volume. Why didn't it? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. All right, let me go check and see how that's doing. All right, I still have 13 minutes on the podcast. It's still baking. Okay. Let's do something weird. So let's take the volume and put it here. And figure out what the difference between this line and this line is. Quotation marks percent number S. Quotation marks percent number S. Everything else looks fine. There's a... Oh, you want to... I bet you this is the problem there. I bet you. All right. If that's really the issue, then that's silly. All right. Remove config.h. Make and sudo make install. No, that wasn't the issue at all. There's still no space between the volume, so it has to do with the volume problem. You want to know what? Screw it. Let's go look at this. So I used volume here as just percent S. Oh, I bet you. Hold on a second, Matt. All right. I wanted to do it without the... So let's go back to just this and put a space in there. Remove config.h. Make and sudo make install. Kill all SL status. And we have a space. There we go. Sweet. And now there's not a space between the between the uptime and the memory. That's awesome. Okay. But now we know how to do it. So there should be a space in between here. And we're just gonna everything else looks fine. I mean, we'll need probably some extra space later, but there's no sense in adding extra spaces if we don't need them. So there we go. Sweet. Yep, we got there. It took me longer than it should have, but everything does. All right. I will say that for the longest time this winter, I missed, like warmer temperatures. Now that warmer temperatures are here, I miss winter. So I need some place where I can just choose. Like today, I want 70s. Tomorrow, I'll take 30s. All right. What else do we want to add to the bar? Let's see what else we can add. So we're going to. So we did uptime. We don't use Wi-Fi. I already have RAM there. I don't really need net speed. I don't need the kernel release or the host name. What we could do? We could do. Let's do CPU percentage. Okay. Okay, we'll do this space and a comma and a quotation mark and a percent and an S and a quotation mark. Let's put a space in there, comma. And we will put this here in quotation marks and end the bracket and put a comma. Okay, so that gets us there. And then we will also go ahead and get a disk free. Now, I don't know how to use this one. I've never used the disk free one before. Oops. Okay, and then we will do this. Mount point path. I think that's going to be easy enough. So we're going to go back here, comma, percent to S space, comma, and then like so, and like so. And then this should be slash, let's just use slash. I think that would work, right? Because technically the root drive is mounted in root. Although, I wonder if that's not going to work with Btrfs and sub volumes. I don't know how they'll work. We'll see. Let me go check that. Do I like DWM yet? I've always liked DWM. It's a good window manager. The only reason why I don't care for it and usually use it is because I have so many monitors and the way that tags work, and I just don't care for that. I like to have one set of tags or workspaces spread out amongst all the monitors. That way I can kind of rotate through them willy-nilly. But I don't have that now. So instead I've used some AI tools to help me with a function to kind of do the same thing. At least be able to move the clients between different monitors. But anyways, let's go ahead and... This is obviously not complete. So we got to do this and comma. That's a period, Matt. Comma. All right. I think that will work. Let's see here. Let's save that and remove config.h, make and end sudo make install. Looks built fine. That means I didn't do anything too horrible. And then then we will do kill all SL status. And did that work? Is everything there that I asked for? So I got CPU, which is that number that's moving, which is good. And yeah, I'm using 90% of my CPU right now. I think that's an average though. Yeah, those temperatures are way up there, 81 degrees Celsius. That's because I'm doing this. I'm doing the I got this going. I got handbrake going in the background, and I'm streaming all at the same time. So I'm working it. That's pretty good. What's it doing in terms of? Honestly, it's not killing the memory. Only about what 15% used. So not memory intensive, but definitely working that CPU. All right, here we go. All right, so eventually we'll get labels in there too, because obviously just a bunch of numbers up there doesn't make any sense. Um, so okay, so yes, the mod period and mod comma moves the cursor between monitors, and it will move a client, but I wanted to move to a specific monitor. So if I wanted to move to monitor 2, I wanted to key binding for that. Um, but yeah, you can. I believe even by default you can use the shift period and shift comma, but I'm not sure about that. Um, all right. All right, let's go here. So what else do I want? I don't think that there's going to be too much more. I, I don't think that there's anything else that's built in that I really need. So I don't have a battery. This is a desktop. The disk thing is done. I don't need the kernel release or the net speed, the number of files. I don't use swap. I think I'll pass on the temperature. Did the uptime. Don't need the username. The volume percentage. We already have that. We did that with the script. Okay, so there's those. So the next question I have to do is how do I want to go about getting icons in there? So I think if we do like mem icon, that'll actually that should just output the icon. Echo. Huh? No, it doesn't, Matt. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It literally echoes just all that stuff. Um, Interesting. Okay, so obviously that icon. I wonder what the icons like CPU. Yeah, that one does the exact same thing. So I did all of them that way. Why did I do them that way? Why did I even want a tooltip? I obviously stole this from someone. Why I wrote it that way, I would have had to have a reason. This is why you put comments in your script so you can remember why it was done in a particular way. Because I obviously found a reason to do it that way and did it, and apparently had it working. Hmm. Weird. All right. Well, all right. So for mem icon, so the memory one, we'll yank this, and we'll add a space. Add a space probably. And mem icon. And we'll do the same for CPU icon, which we'll have to change here in a second. So let's see here. So this is, I believe I have a vol icon too, right? I do volume icon. Sweet. Volume icon. And yes, I know you can put you can just copy the icon into the run command here. I believe here or here. I can't remember which one. I think it's here. But I want to be able to do separate colors. So that's why I'm doing them separately. Okay, and then we'll do here CPU icon. And I believe I have a disk icon too, right? Disk icon, I do. I have actually two disk icons. I wonder what the difference is. /disk. I believe the difference is going to be the spelling of the file. All right, cat disk icon and cat disk icon. Hey, no, not different. So we'll just use the one with the K. All right, all right, all right. That's silly. All right, let's do it that way. All right. So we got disk icon, CPU icon, volume icon. We also have an icon for uptime, I believe. Up icon, I believe. All right. Now we have some changes to do. So we need to do one for disk icon is done. CPU icon needs to be changed so that it's literally just the icon. Because I don't know why I did it this way instead of just having it echo the icon. All right, good. And then we need to do volume icon for the same reason. Once again, not sure why. I'm gonna have to look up why I did that. I obviously did it that race for a reason. Oops. Honestly, there's no reason to do these in separate files, but seeing as I've already done it this way, I could do that because you can actually in run_command just do echo something. Like you can just use the command inside the quotation marks. So that would actually work. But seeing as I've already done it this way, I might as well just do it. Let's see here. So that was volume icon, Vim up icon. That one actually is the way it needs to be. Vim, we did memory icon, and I think that's it. All right. All right, so we will save this and do remove config.h, make and sudo make install. All right, now kill all SL status, like so. And we have icons. They are really astonishingly small. All right. How do I make them bigger? I think I know. All right, so we need to be able. How do you change the font? I bet you it's going to be in the DWM config. So, oops. All right. So if we move config.h here, move config.def.h, we change the fonts. Here, what we're looking for are my fonts. So if we, yeah. JetBrains Mono Nerd font. And we'll change this to 13. We will. I'm not going to use DWM anyway, so that or dmenu, so we'll just save that. So MK, of course. Okay. Font size And doot and doot. Well, I got bigger. Probably a little bit too big. What do you think? All right. I can use any font I want except for a nerd font. I just proved that I can in fact use a nerd font. It works fine. It's just a little bit too big. And that's just because I put the wrong number in, so I'll just fix that here in a second. So I think that works actually quite well. Just needs to be a little bit smaller. So vim config.def.h, and we will change the size of this back to 10. Okay. All right, and we need fonts to. All right, there we go. Yeah, looks pretty good. Sweet. That's not bad. Okay, so use any font except nerd font. Like I said, I want to use a nerd font. And use symbols nerd font for icons in DWM. I don't know what that means. I just use a regular nerd font that is patched. This way you can maintain text size and font size separately. It seems to be working fine this way. They're equal size, so that's really all that I need. All right. Let's go ahead and go back to SL status. I love Zoxide so much. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back to check this. Oh, podcast is done. Sweet. All right, the audio Audacity. You guys are gonna see me do some Audacity thing here for a minute. I need Crusader open here, and 908 vid small like so. Okay. All right, and Control S here. Podcast files, LinuxCast, season 9, 908. And this is final audio proj. Export that. Browse, small SSD. Podcast files, LinuxCast, season 9, 908. And this is just that. Okay. And we need the change to extreme export. All right. Okay. Yep, gotta get myself my podcast uploaded here. I'm gonna stream for probably about another half hour or so. See if I can't add some color. I will say that with this computer running as high as it is, this room is stiflingly hot. Ridiculously hot. This can. All right, let's go ahead and this here is done. So let's move this. Yeah, it's probably the easiest way to just do this. All right. We need studio. Okay. And there's nothing here that you guys are seeing that I care that you see. So there's nothing covert or secretive about the YouTube Studio backend. Upload video, select file, podcast files, LinuxCast, season 9, 908, video small, open, go there, and then we're going to go to Fireside, and to go here. Oh, shit. Matt, what do you use, if anything, to manage displays going to sleep when you're watching videos in DWM? Nothing, actually. It just works for me, so I've never had that problem. At least with like YouTube, it doesn't seem to be an issue. With OBS, it does a problem, and then I have a script actually. So if I do go in here and go to cat screen toggle, this right here will allow me to turn the screen to staying on or staying off, you know, or being able to power it off. This is my scripts repository if you want to go grab it. It's just screentoggle.sh. So I hope that helps you. Gingerid, I don't know what you mean. That's illegal. Thoughts on Spiral Linux? It's a nice DWM thing. It's just DWM though with a better installer as far as I know. It's been years since I've looked at it. All right, so we need to upload a new episode. It needs to be private or public, and this is it is 9 o'clock, so we need to add an hour here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Let's make it 21. That'll be fine. All right, I do actually need to go here again and open up another one of these. Go to Studio again. And content and live and this one here. All right, and we'll go back here and copy this and go back here and copy that into here as well. Go here, control all this, control C this, and then we can close that. Control all this, delete that, control V. Then we go down here, scroll down, take this thing here and turn it into timestamps, like so. And then I need to go back over to Crusader and get those. Okay. And delete columns. Delete columns. Okay, copy, paste, remove the frames. So every time you guys get a podcast, this is some of the work that goes into it. It's the easiest part about all of it, because Nate does the hard part. He does the editing. All right, we need to get the banner, which is this one, and the playlist goes to season 9, like so. Go to next, turn on monetization, and mid shot rolls go in. Definitely some inappropriate language. Next, we'll add an end screen, like so. Make sure that it's in a reasonable spot, which it is. Make sure it's the season 9 is where we need to go there. Save. Okay, next. We'll leave that unlisted because it's obviously still uploading. And hit save and publish. I'm actually going to need to go back in there and grab those timestamps so I don't have to retype them again. Close. Go back to here. Control All, Control C. Go back to Fireside. Go back to description. All right, and then we will go down here. Everybody was there this time. It's season 9. Select file. Ooh, there we go. Get that uploaded. Yeah, the pauses and the ums are definitely the longest part of editing, that's for sure. Exposing your back end is illegal. That is Eh, the joke is only good because you had to explain it though. Otherwise I wouldn't have got it. All right. You have updated MP3 file. There we go. We're going to hit save or create current episode. And then we got to go to chapters and go back to 8 here and create your first chapter. Intro, create chapter. New chapter is, let's see, so that's 059. And this is the most essential part of our setup. And create chapter, new chapter, and this is 556, and this is what makes up the perfect distro. Okay, create chapter and new chapter, and the next one is 1 hour 00 and 22 seconds, and these are nuggies of the week. Okay, and one more new chapter that is 1 hour 087 minutes and 08 seconds, and these are contact info and goodbyes. Okay, and then write the MP3 again. Go make sure that I uploaded it to a scheduled point, which I did. Very good. Audio is done and will be up in an hour, or I guess a few minutes. And the video will upload once I'm done streaming. I will finish that. So, look at that. Multitasking. All right. Can we get an April Fool's episode just ums and pauses? That'd be funny. Yeah, Nate would be like, Herbert, no. All right, yeah, I know that wasn't very interesting, guys, watching me do the podcast, but it had to be done. All right, let's go ahead and go back, and we can close this. Oh, I can't do that. You're not done uploading it, so we're gonna go. We'll ignore that. All right. So now the task is to do some color. So I think we can close that. All right. So vimconfig.dev.h. So colors are done very oddly with status 2D. So they look like this, and I hate them. Like, I hate this way of doing colors, but it'll work. So I'm actually going to move this to 5 so I can stop doing this like so. All right, so we need to... All right, so the disk icon one should be... We're just going to use these colors. I can change the colors once we get the codes in there. So the little thing here, letter C, and then the pound sign, and B8BB2 B8BB26, like so, and then the little thing there, like so. All right, so what I'm going to do actually is just do that. We're going to paint the same color in every icon, like so. That way we can... Oh, we don't have the date icon there. We'll have to put the date icon in there. So I believe I have a date icon. It's called clock icon. Okay. So we will yank this and do clock icon.sh. Icon.sh. Like so. That way, I have colors. All right, so save this, remove config.h. If you're wondering why I'm not using my make alias, it's because this SL status isn't part of the Git repository. When I made my Git repository, I made it the DWM repository, not the suckless one. So I need to fix that later on. Anyways, make nn sudo make install, like so. All right, kill all SL status, like so. And we have no bar. That means that we fucked something up. All right. All right. What do we mess up here? Oh. That's dumb. Okay. That's just the stupidest thing ever. So, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get the bar back. Um, all right. Let's go ahead and remove config.h again. Make nn sudo make install. I don't know like, if I'm going to be able to get the bar back. We're going to find out here. No. Nope, not going to be able to get the bar back. Not without restarting everything. That sucks. Oh, the fan feels good. It's too bad it's not actually hitting me. All right. Yeah, yeah. Definitely the more minimal way of doing it. All right. Well, I want to stream for another 15 minutes, so let's bear with me for just a second as I restart things here and come back. I'll be right back. Actually, gonna have to restart the whole thing because none of my key bindings are working. All right. Let's see here. I think I'm live again. I'm not sure. First off, let me let me ask you guys this. Can you guys actually hear me again? Make sure that everything's back up and running. Can you hear me? Also, what the fuck is going on with the icons? I don't know. Nothing there is going right. So, all right. Glad you can hear me. Obviously, something's wrong with the bar. I don't know why, but we're gonna have to do some configuring here. So, something here is wrong, obviously. So, let's look and see. Let's see what the differences are. So, quotation marks, little arrow thing. I think that's what is that called, a caret or something? I'm sure there's a actual name for it. I used to know it. You'd think I wouldn't know it, but drawn a blank. Anyways, C, and then the pound sign, and then the number, and then the little arrow thing again, and then the percent, and the number, and the S, and a space. So why isn't that working? Okay, so that brings the icons back. I got the icons back, except for the date one, which we're gonna have to go fix. and that fixed that. Okay, so now the question is why didn't the colors be different? So yeah, I know. I'm not a pure Vim user, or I'm not a good Vim user. I'm a happy Vim user, and I know a lot about Vim, but I'm not I'm not the Primogen. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. All right, or however you say his name. All right, so let's try this again. So let's try giving these the numbers. I have a feeling that's the reason why I have the numbers on the components themselves. So we will do this thing. This thing. We'll make sure we actually do it right this time. This thing. C, and then pound EB EBDBB2, and then this thing, and that looks about right. Okay, now we'll just go here and add here again, and here, and here, and here, and here. Now, before text uses the... Okay. Alright, I can try that if this doesn't work. Alright, I have a feeling I just did not know the D part. It's definitely not the easiest way of doing colors in any window manager. It's very tedious. Alright, remove config.h. Make and oops, that's sudo make. Hold on a second. We're going back here and make sure we actually did this right. Because I don't want, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's an actual color code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we used the pound sign and we did everything there right, I think. Okay. Hopefully. All right. Make and sudo make install. Like so. Kill all. All right. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. That works out. All right, now we just need to put the actual colors in there, and then we go put the colors in the regular DWM file, config file. All right. So, if you guys will pardon me, I'm going to go over and challenge my copyright strike for just a second. I get this every single week. The music that I use at the beginning of the podcast is licensed, and I purchased a license, but they don't have a way for you to put that license in on YouTube if you didn't buy it on YouTube. So you have to contest it every single week, and that just pisses me off. It doesn't take long, it's just stupid. I purchase a commercial license for this from Envato years ago. Okay, dot. And type in mi nombre. Okay, and submit. All right. Everything. My dispute has been submitted. Okay, good. All right. I don't know how people can use Keybind in so many apps unless you've done it for the whole life. The way you do it is that Vim key bindings everywhere. So like here in Firefox, I have Vim key bindings. Or maybe I don't. I don't have actually any of that enabled, but in like in Vivaldi, I have all that settled, so I could just use all my Vim key bindings. So it's just the same. All right, yep, I know that. All right, let's go ahead and then change the color. So I could just use these colors, but I'm going to go ahead and see what those colors are by going to Grub Box and here, and scroll down here to this. There we go. Sweet. Those are the colors I need. So remove config.h, vim config.def.h, and do some colors here. So the icon for the disk we will have be actually, let's keep that green. All right, and the icon for CPU, we'll make that blue, 83A598883A, Matt. 83A598. Well, there was the dyslexia coming through. For the volume icon, we will do purple, so B16286. And for... Fine, you want me to do it the right way? There you go. I did the right way. Just because I don't do it the right way doesn't mean I don't know how. EC07C. Technically, I have two. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There's that. And memory icon will make orange. So, oops. Again, I'm going to do it the right way. I'll do it the right way. X5D0E. D65D0E, Matt. I think. Yeah. All right. And clock icon. We're missing the color here. No, we'll just use yellow. D799 and 21. D79921. D79921. Okay. All right. Make sure we didn't fuck anything up there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. A true nerd would be using nano. No. What the fuck? Where is Emacs? All right. So I know that I'm supposed to be using Emacs because I'm doing a long-term review of it. But I'll be honest with you and tell you that I've given up. I hate Emacs. I don't know if DT's actually still here, but I'm sorry that I don't like Emacs, but I just don't care for it. It's just not my cup of tea, so I've given up on it, and I've been too much of a wuss to tell people that I've given up on it. So, anyways. There we go. Some colors. There's obviously extra spaces there that I could get rid of, but I kind of like them spaced out. So there's that. Now to DWM. Now let's see here. Let's do. Yeah. I don't think people will be all that surprised that I gave up on Emacs again. I've only done it many, many times before. So, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, let's go add some color, shall we? All right. So, now I need to remember what these are actually for. All right. So, for cyan is both of those. So, you guys are going to get to hear my dog talking here for just a second. So, let's see here. So, Call Gray 3 needs to be the foreground of normal. And I think that that will look best as the white. So, that's EBDBB2. All right. Call Gray 4 is this one. This one needs to be 28, 28, 28, like so. And the background for normal is going to be the same. So that's Call Gray 1, like so. And the cyan color here is going to be the orange. So that's D65 D0E, like so. And I think that's the color gray 2 for the border. We'll use D79921. I think that's what we'll do. All right, so MK colors. I know someone wanted me to remove the warning. I don't care about the warning right now. I'll fix it eventually. It doesn't hurt anything, so it can just stay there for now. All right, and there we go. We have colors. Sweet. I was wrong about the colors though. So we gotta go back into config.def.h and change those colors. So on the foreground for the selected, which is color gray 4, here we need that to be EBD. Let me look what it is. Yeah, EBD BB2. I think that'll work better. All right, MK colors again. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, we have colors. We actually did a rice, guys. So there you go. DWM has been riced, such as it is. I don't think that there's much more that I can do to it, to be honest with you, other than adding more color schemes and then creating my color scheme switcher script. But I don't know if I want to do that or not. To be honest with you, it'll depend on when I stay in DWM. So I guess that's something that I can talk about. So, like I said, Qtile is my preferred window manager. It has been for well over a year. It's awesome. I want to use it. My problem is my configs are broken. I have some weird bugs in there. I don't know how to fix them. Everybody that I've talked to also can't seem to find the problem. Now, I haven't exhausted all the options, so if I can find someone who knows what they're talking about and can fix it, I'll be happy to talk to that person and have them help me. But for now, Qtile is basically unusable for me because of the bugs. I'm not going to call them, actually shouldn't call them bugs, they're just flaws in my configuration file. I'm sure that that's the case. Anyway, so Qtile, so I've been trying to find what's next for me. DWM is obviously the option that I've spent the most time actually customizing. The other one is Hyperland, so maybe my next stream will be messing around with Hyperland a little bit. And then the third option is Plasma. I don't want it to be Plasma. To be honest with you, I don't like Plasma all that much. I could do GNOME. I've been spending a lot of time in GNOME lately, but I just don't like GNOME. So, yeah. Anyways, where I'm actually going to go and actually spend my time in terms of window manager is up in the air. Now, I considered Xmonad because Xmonad works like Qtile in terms of the workspaces, but I don't like Haskell. I'm just as rusty as I was at C, and I'm still very, very rusty. I'm way worse at Haskell. Like I eventually warm up to it and can do some things in it, but it takes a long, painful time. So yeah, that's the reason why I haven't chosen Xmonad. Plus, Xmobar is I don't really care for Xmobar, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Xmonad's kind of off the table. All the other ones, like I've considered going back to i3. i3 I have set up the way that I want it to, and that'd be the easy way out for sure, because it's just the way that I want it to work. But the script that I use to make workspaces work well in i3 is a little flaky, so maybe not where I go there. I don't know. I've never used Herp's LuftWM before. Well, I've used it, but like for 5 minutes or something like that, so it doesn't really count. I haven't used LuftWM in years, so I don't even know if it's still developed or not, or how it does workspaces. BSPWM is another one, but that one also, that's a possibility, but the workspaces, again, don't work the way that I want them. They're assigned via monitor, so it's not great. So I don't know. DWM right now is in the forefront of where I'm looking at, and I think that that's great. I love DWM. It's just it works well. It doesn't work the way that I want it to. Like I want to have one set of tags for all the monitors, but the patch that you use to get that doesn't work with any other patches. So, anyways, that's the lowdown on why I'm doing this instead of just using Qtile like I want to. Uh, and I've talked about that before for a while. So, anyways, that I think is where I'm going to stop the stream. I've streamed for a little while, so I've managed to get the podcast actually done, and we've had quite a few views on the stream, which I appreciate. So everyone who has joined me during the stream, I appreciate that. So very, very much. You guys don't know that it's not a good feeling to do a stream where nobody watches you. So then you might as well just be doing it without streaming. So I appreciate that people have actually come here to watch this, and such as it is. So thank you for that. If you want to support me, patreon.com/thelinuxcast. Head on over to the store, get yourself a hat. Shop at thelinuxcast.org is where you'll get to be able to do that. Pimp all that stuff out there. I think that I will probably start doing this streaming every Saturday. I really enjoy doing this. I have a lot of fun. Sometimes they'll be in the mid-afternoon, sometimes they'll be evenings, so I'm not gonna like set a time for it. But it'll be fun. I'll probably do a lot of ricing, a lot of checking out window managers, things like that. Every once in a while, you'll see me do the podcast. Such as the part of it that I have to do. So, we'll just come here on Saturdays. I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll ramble and moan and groan and all that stuff. So, anyways, thank you guys so very much for joining. I'll see you guys next on the next one. The next video that I'll be uploading after the podcast will come out on Monday. So, I'll see you all then, I suppose.